I don't know, I have a feeling like this is the cooler butler. You can have stuff. No wonder he don't really like his kids and don't want them to like inherit anything. Never mind then, there's no weapons or bombs inside, okay. Oh, that's the tunnel that we know. He likes macaroni? Pizza? Pizzatris? Pasta. It's Mario. This must be like the scariest thing ever. That's the laugh from the first sight. Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it seems it's about time for another episode of Umineko Chiru. So, I don't know which episode it is it like extra of extra episode, or this is the extra episode? I'm not entirely sure. I will see when I upload this, but I have a feeling like I want to read more of Umineko recently. So, who knows, maybe we'll have like more uploads of Umineko. It all depends on the ZTS and I, to be honest, but... oh well. Anyway, let's just go to the episode because we're going into really hype up episodes, to be honest, because we're going to learn the past of Kinzo. We're going to see Beatrice Castellini, she's called, I believe. And yeah, we're going to see what's going to happen. And yeah, I think that's it. So remember, leave up a like if you like the episode, dislike if you dislike it, you can subscribe if you want to subscribe, check my Discord, stuff like that, and let's do it. But seriously though, likes and comments really helps the channel and the YouTube algorithm and stuff, so big thanks to you and your support. Love you. Let's do it.
お前は金蔵なのか?
Yep, probably.
昔のおじいさまです。
Okay.
写真で見たことがあります。
Oh, so we have photos of Kinzo. Okay, that's the first time I heard about having photos of Kinzo. I guess it makes sense that they had some.
ベルンカステルのくれた感激者の力だ。
Oh, that's the power of Tether going. Okay, so it's not like bending wheels of people. It's like actually checking the stories, or like creating physical word for the story. It might be, right? It's like Federin made the story of episode 6, and we could actually see the events that happened in the episode 6, so that's what he's doing now. Like he's like getting told the story and he creates the word based on this, probably something like that.
無理に理解するな。
頭痛になら。
分かってきたな。
One time, Genji told Butler that he looked like Kinzo in his youth. Yeah, but that's pretty much white-haired Butler. Sure enough, though the young Kinzo wasn't exactly the same as Butler, they looked very similar. True?
改めて名乗ろう。
You sound almost exactly like Butler as well. Holy shit! I believe this is the same voice actor as Butler. Just make his like voice a bit deeper or something. I think it's the same voice actor for young Kinzo. You can let me know in the comments if I'm right, because it definitely sounds like Butler.
私が後宮金蔵である。
This is Butler. God, yeah, this is 100% Butler.
おじいさま。
I mean, the voice actor. Even the voice seems to resemble to Butler somehow, yeah. Clearly, Butler inherited Kinzo blood more thickly than any other.
私は後宮家など継ぎたくはなかった。
Also, you are not suggesting right now that Kinzo is like an original father of Butler with this, right? It's just like coincidence. Because Ushimiya, like Butler, father is Rudolph, and by the Fury, Kyria. Right? Wait, what was that? Yeah, Kyria. Okay.
私が当主に選ばれたのは運命のいたずらに過ぎぬのだ。
Okay.
関東大震災で主だった者が死に絶え、文
Yeah, pretty much.
お前が抜擢された。
そうです。おじいさまは若くとも聡明な方で、当主にふさわしい貫禄を若くしてお持ちに。
Also, he was lucky as hell. Say the line. ダメだぜ。
とんでもない。
Maybe not okay.
欲深な長老たちは互いの利益ばかりを主張し合い、新しい当主を選び出すことさえできなかったのだ。
Is this cooler butler? I don't know. I have a feeling like this is the cooler butler.
まるで沈みゆく船で新しき船長は誰かと議論するような愚かさよ。
だからこそ本家の誰ともしがらみのないお前が突然に抜擢を受けた。
すべてはこの足の指のせいだ。
Yeah, we know. You have like 6 toes on... Yeah, we know that.
足の指が一本ずつ足りなかったなら、我が人生は全く異なるものになっていたである。
Okay. In the Oshime family, polydactyly was seen as a sign of good fortune. It was because it was a common factor among many of the greatest in the family's history.
くだらぬ話よ。長老どもは自分たちの誰も得をしない馬の骨であれば、誰でも。
たまたま分家筋に両足の指が6本ある者がいると耳に入り、それでいいと決まったわけか。
そういうことだ。長老どもは自分たちの操り人形になるなら、どこの青二歳でもよかったのだ。
Makes
むし
sense.
ろ帝王学に無知な人間ほど好ましい。
おじい様。
リオン、お前は違う。お前は我が全てを受け継ぐものだ。
Yeah, this is pretty much so damn different from every single other game. Like, in other games, he clearly said, like, I'm not giving anyone shit. It's mine, it's going down with me. And here we have, yeah, Leon, you know what? You can have stuff. Why? What's the premise of this game? What the hell?
お前が生を受けた日より、それは運命づけられていた。
Okay.
だからこそ、お前に銀の指輪を与え、厳しく育ててきた。
I raised you strictly. But he or she, god damn it, Leon. Leon is supposed to be like Krau's child, right? So Krause and Natsuhiro should like raise Leon. So why you raised him? Her.
そなたは私とは違う。誰にも恥じることのない立派な当主後継ぎであるぞ。
Okay.
はい。
操り人形の当主か。気楽なものじゃねえだろうな。
As he pondered about where to begin, he laughed bitterly. It would probably bring back nothing but painful memories, no matter where he started from. Start from the beginning.
あれはあまりに長い。それは私には岩に蒸す苔のような気の遠くなるほど長い。
I became the rope in a tug of war between the elders, who thought of nothing but their own profit. And I probably could have snapped at any moment. However, people are far more resistant than one would think. Though I spent so many days like a dead man, I was not killed. So I would have to search for death on my own. Huh. Interesting. Fall. Also, that sounds like the logic error room. Like that. I spent many days like a dead man. I was not killed. So it's pretty much like being trapped in the logic error or something that looks like logic error, like was in the episode 5 or episode 6 to Butler. He was spent days like dead, but he's not dead. Okay. The next things I knew, I had reached the age when I could no longer refer to myself as young, without drawing laughter from those who were. They were long, dreary grey days, without any substance, and they lasted for full 20 years. In 20 years, a person can be born, find a purpose, and even become their own man, with their own place in the world. This is new soundtrack, I swear. That must be new soundtrack. In short, if one truly becomes a human, only when they have become a working adult. Time I spent on amount of time, long enough to create a human, doing nothing except playing the part of the puppet to those greedy old men. Also, usually when I listen to Umineko music like that during gameplay, I know kind of how hard it will be to upload based on which soundtrack is playing, but I don't know with this one. I have no idea what will happen. Ironically, though the time aged my body, it did not age my mind. In my heart I was still young, and I look back fondly on the fulfilling days before I was summoned to Odawara. Only my body continued to age, until at some point, the gulf between the two had widened to the point that it was hard to comprehend. So I could hardly believe that the worn out man in the mirror was really me. No, it really wasn't me. I was the head of the Ushimiya family, in name only. I had no rights, no autonomy. There was no need for me to do anything other than what was asked for me. I was just a doll sitting there on the shelf, gathering dust. Oh. I remember nothing, but lazily flipping through Western books I liked, locking myself in my own world. Doing nothing but playing with roses and drinking terrible drinks. And it lasted a full 20 years. Before I knew it, I had a stranger for a wife. Okay, it wasn't any wife I had chosen. She was someone that elders had chosen to force on me for their own reasons. The daughter of some noble family or something. So my initial theory was right about Kinzo, I think, kind of. Like, I said like Beato because they said that this gold belongs to Beato. There's like no need for her to snatch it back or something like that. It was like in episode 4 or something. And some other places also they had in like somewhere in notes, like some little note that probably how Kinzo got the gold is from his wife, like the mistress, so we know it's Beatrice. She was probably rich, and basically he married into the rich family, something like that, you know, or she actually married into Ushirumi and gave the wealth, something like that. So I was correct on this one actually, but it hardly mattered to me. I did not love my wife, but neither did I dislike her. I just didn't care. I fathered a few children, but that wasn't out of love for my wife. Oh wait, this is the actual wife. This is not Beatrice? Oh, this is the wife that was like mother for Kraus and others. Oh, okay. They were just born before I knew it. That's all there was to it. No, none of it mattered. No, that's not quite right. Everything was decided by someone other than me, and I simply obeyed. That was the job of the Ushimiya family head.
ああ、このまま自分は静かに殺されるなと、うっすらと感じていた。
I mean, that makes sense why Kinzo don't want to, like, if that's the case, that he was forced to, like, be with his wife. It was not like his first love and then he started love Beatrice and he had an affair. It's like, actually it was like chosen for him, so no wonder he don't really like his kids and don't want them to like inherit anything. He may think slightly different for like his grandchildren, but still he's like not liking them. It's like, yeah, he don't like Maria, he don't like anyone really outside of Butler. Like, he's always like kind of okay-ish towards Butler, If you think about this, in the previous games, especially like in episode 5, he's like very positive about him, but episode 5 is kind of like witch perspective and stuff, so I don't really want to count this as a truth or anything. But yeah. Huh. His life is complicated. What I can say.
信じられません。強胆なる名君と称えられたおじい様がそのような日々を送っていたなんて。
リオンよ、自ら生きぬ人生ほど希薄で長いものはない。なのにそれはあっという間に過ぎ去るのだ。心せよ。
自ら生きる人生。
生きるってことは意志を持つということだ。殺された日々だったろうよ。
そうだ。私は生きたかった。いや、死にたかった。操り人形はどうすれば死ねる。
Cut the strings.
糸を断ち切ることです。
Yep.
そうだ。それが死ぬことであり、生きることであり、解放だ。
Release, huh? Before I realized the world had grown troubled. World War II. Okay. The Pacific War, to be exact. Okay. Japan extended their war fronts too far to the east and west, and the tide of war was changing. Thanks to the influence of the elders, I was able to avoid conspiration. Of course, this was not out of compassion for me. It was because I was their precious puppet, so the war never really felt that close to me. However, when I personally decided to abandon their protection, it was very easy. At that time, the Yoshimi family had almost completely collapsed, and since the elders had apparently pilfered enough of the scraps to last them for the rest of their lives, there seems too little care for what I did, now that they no longer had any use of me. I have like... oh my god, I'm reading this and I have like... maybe not exactly, but a bit of flashbacks from Little Busters and Hanata / Haruka Roads, and also a bit of Muramasa. God damn it. So I realized that I had family, found my time to die. One by one, I cut the threads I was hanging from and began to search for a place to end my life.
戦地で死を求め。
同じ死ぬなら誰かの役に立つべきと思った。
So he enrolled into the military after this. Okay. Did he met Beatrice like on the front or something? Maybe he was like a nurse or something, I don't know.
いや、違うな。私には自らの命を絶つ気力さえなかったんだろう。
Maybe he was like wounded and she treated him?
もっともらしく死ねる理由が戦争だったのだ。
おじい様は土木建築の知識がありましたので、海軍設営隊にて施設造成などに従事されたと聞いています。
Okay, so he was not in front.
とんだ誤算よ。何の取り柄もないと言っておけば、すぐにも死ねる最前線へ送られたものを。
Yeah, pretty much.
最前線に行かずに済んだのか。
幸いと喜ぶ仲間もいたよ。
Yeah, and he was like, oh fuck, I fucked up. I should have said nothing.
私には逆だった。戦って死ぬという、出来すぎた美酒の焼け酒が欲しかっただけなのだ。忘れられた島の上空を、米軍の編隊は横切っていくだけ。彼らは私のために、爆弾一つどころか、鉛玉の一つさえ恵んではくれ。
おじい様は、その日々の中で、ベアトリーチェにお会いになら
Okay,
れた
so
のです。
maybe I was wrong. So who's the Beatrice then?
そうだ。あれは、海からやってきた。
どこである？
From the sea?
島と言ったが。
ここだよ。この島にやってきたのだ。
To this island. Wait, the Krokajima? Or what? Wait, what? About which island are we talking about? Wait, what?
お前たちは六軒島で出会
What?
っていたというのか。
Okay. So you're stationed on Rokkenjima? Rokkenjima was part of the war?
どういうことですか？おじい様が六軒島を買い取り、
Yeah.
無人島だったと聞いています。
That's what we heard, all of us. So what the fuck?
この島に日本軍の基地があったなどとは初耳です。
Uh-huh. Oh my god, Kinzo have a little fang. That's so cute.
そうだな。あんなものは基地とは呼ばぬ。ただの岩窟よ。
Just a cave. Underground tunnels. Aha. Hidden from the enemy side. That's why planes only fly above them and none attack them because they were hidden. Oh, okay.
私はその岩窟の番人だったのだ。
Can we discover something about Epitaph from this? Okay, let's go. 1944. Due to the honorable defeats at Sipan and Guam, Japan's absolute nation defense zone strategy was in shambles. When where had the gallantry of the start of war gone? The old attackers were now the ones on the defensive. At that time, it was said that the final trump card for the Japanese military were the so-called special attack weapons. It was said that these ultimate weapons were packed with 1.55 tons of the explosives and capable of sinking any kind of warship with a single blast. Yeah, damn! What kind of weapon is that? To strengthen homeland defense, the Navy drafted a plan to build a string of hidden bases from Hachijoma to Yokosuka. All the house submarines loaded with the special attack weapons. All to house. Okay.
八丈島に基地が作られたことは知っていました。しかしそれが六軒島にもあったなんて。
Okay. So now it makes sense. Like the theory about like the explosion that like synced the part of like, you know, the shore of Rokkenjima together with mansion. Now it makes sense why we have like bombs or something. It's probably like leftovers from war, because it was the base. They had like this special gun, right, or something, and they probably have like a lot of like ammunition and something. So it might be just like, you know, just stuff lying there and someone just detonated it. It's maybe not like actual bombs set up, but like someone just like lit whatever is like under the mansion and stuff.
どこの間抜けがこんな何もない島に作ろうと言い出したやら。一苦情の都合。
That makes sense.
お上の考えることなどわからぬし、私。
Those truly were ultimate weapons, able to take down large warships in a single strike. It was hoped that the presence of submarines capable of loading those weapons in the waters just off the Japan would allow for a powerful sea ambush as the final line of defense. So, to aid in the establishment of the base with absolute secrecy, the uninhabited island Rokkenjima was raised as a possible candidate. An investigation of the island resulted in the discovery of a large cave in the cliffs. And this was apparently deemed to be a suitable location for the submarine base.
お前はその基地の建設に関わったわけか。
建設？岩窟を掘り広げただけを
Okay.
建設と呼ぶならな。
Hey, we talked about digging in episode 4. We was like asking, hey, like, it's like 2 kilometers tunnel. Like, do you think like Kinzo could do that? And I think that was Nanjo who said like, yeah, I can see Kinzo do that. Well, apparently that's what happened.
しかもその上、基地は未完成のまま放置されたのだから。
どうしてです？
Okay. Just left.
当時
Why?
の日本にそいつを詰めるほどの大型潜水艦はもう残っていない。
Oh, okay.
滑稽な話だ。
So all these weapons are actually under, like, inside of Rokkenjima. Okay.
潜水艦もないのに潜水艦基地など今さら必要なものか。役人の無意味な箱物作りは今も昔も変わらぬわ。
The base on Hachijojima was actually outfitted with those weapons that became base for direct attacks. But Rokkenjima was never supplied with any. Never mind then, there's no weapons or bombs inside. Okay. God damn it! Not only that, they cancelled the construction work entirely, leaving only a crew of minimal size stationed on the island, waiting for orders from above that never came. But they could like transport some from like this other island to this island, right? For some weird reason, I don't know. So maybe someone actually like just decided to put bombs under the Rokkenjima in 96. And it's not just leftovers from like World War II. Okay, that's for later. Could be that the fact that it was a hidden base sealed our fate. The higher-ups had already completely forgotten about this useless and pointless cavern. We're nothing more than guards for a mere cave. We spend our days farming, fishing and playing with the earth, all the while gazing up the American formations flying past. Some of our group were relieved at the prospect of the war ending before anyone remembered we were here. Before any of us had to face a real battle. Of course it was the opposite for me. I hoped beyond hope for the American troops to advance and kill me as soon as possible. Then, on one of those hollow days, let us go back there now. Back to the turning point in my life and my fate. When Ushime Kinzo finally became alive. Okay, let's do it! Show me! Oh. Okay.
貴様たるんでいるぞ。
Salo Republic. Okay. That sounds like name of the city or something. I don't know. Maybe it exists in real life. I have no idea. Sao Republic. Huh.
決戦は間近というのに、そのへっぴり腰は何か。
Stars seem to spin around inside my head. I could just lie down on the floor, but that would make him more angry. I have no intention of being obedient. Still, I'd be surprised to get myself punched for no reason, so I got up and stood at attention. The fighting close, is it? You really think the American troops are likely to show up on this forgotten island? Then let them come right now. That's what I've been waiting for all this time.
その腐った目つきは何か。貴様、そんなに死にたくないか。そんなに米兵が恐ろしいか。そんな気合では打ち取れんぞ。
Yeah, that's not really the case. He's probably afraid that I will not actually come here. They hit me again. Could you please quit your whining already? Filthy cowards. They gave themselves over to this unacceptable anger, because it was the only way to distract themselves from their own fear. Heart and spirit aren't any use when the battle becomes hopeless. When trapped by insurmountable hopelessness, humans who rely on several other emotions to escape their fear. These young, inexperienced soldiers found anger to be very convenient emotions to fall back upon. They did drills by shouting in loud voices and swinging their bamboo spears around. Drinking the wine called anger was simply what they needed to do to numb their fear. God damn it! Too many and too many do. In one sentence. The more one drinks wine, the more one drinks the one needs to drink to get drunk. Their useless anger continued to pile up, day after day without pause. And for me, I did not fear death. So I had no need of the wine called anger. They made their cowardice all the more apparent to me.
その目つきだ。後ろ宮、貴様の魂は腐りきっておるわ。魚だ。
I read fish? I think Kumasawa. Actually epitaph, but we can Kumasawa as well. Why not?
貴様の目は
Mackerels.
魚の目だ。
However, it went both ways. Just as I was able to spot their cowardice, they were able to pick up my lethargy. Oh! Underground facilities! Background analytics time! Okay, it doesn't look like the tunnels we saw before, but that's probably that.
注意殿がお呼びだ。立て。もたもたするな。駆け足。
Oh, that's the tunnel that we know. Now that's the Rokkenjima. Also, I clicked the wrong button. God damn it. Okay. Clear. That's the Rokkenjima, and this is the place where is that fancy room with gold. What's inside this room now? In the past, I wonder. First Lieutenant Yamamoto was the commanding officer in charge of the Rokkenjima garrison. He was another filthy coward trying to forget his fear with violence, and would reprimand his subordinates for slacking off at the drop of a hat. That's the tunnel we know. Yep, that's pretty much that. The stories of his life he would spout off when in a good mood were all about how much of the time he had been ignoring the rules of the society. Also, now I think about this, they don't necessarily, like, they just said that none of the super weapons were brought to the Rokkenjima, but it doesn't mean they didn't have like any weapons, right? So they probably had some kind of like stash of like ammunition and stuff. So yeah, that still can be like explosives from World War II. It's not necessarily that special weapon, huge big ass explosion ammo. I mean, that would make most sense because of like half of like cliff just like collapsed, like whole cliff with like mansion. But maybe you don't need that huge of the explosion. Maybe you just need to like break some stuff from the inside so it's like weakened and then everything just collapsed by its own. It makes sense as well. So I think I will go with this, that they have like some supplies and this is just the remains from World War II. And someone who made the collapse of Rokkenjima in 86 knew about this and made it detonate. The stories of his life he'd spout off when in a good mood were all about how much of the time he had been ignoring the rules of the society. Also, the people who know about this are Kinzo, Nanjo, Genji, Kumasawa, because they know about Kuvadorian and they needed like place to go through, right? Like from mansion to Kuvadorian, so they used probably underground tunnels. So they obviously knew that this existed and could find the explosives and stuff. So these four know, and possibly it depends. If the culprit can know, and probably culprit knows obviously because, I mean, come on, it's like everyone dies, murders happening, like culprit just killed everyone. Makes sense, right? So either way, I feel like it's either Genji who destroyed everything because he's like the type, I would say, who could do that. Nanjo not really, Kumasawa not really, culprit, whoever it is, could be. By the theory, culprit is Shannon. In general. That have also grudge from like 19 years ago for Natsuki. But it depends, I don't know if she knows about the underground tunnels. I mean, she knows from the episode 4 because she was like inside with everyone underground. But did she knew beforehand? Because all what we know, she could like grow a bit on like Kuvadorian, and then she could be like transferred to the orphanage. So she would have like not really information about this place. This is still open topic, to be honest. Huh. She could discover it. Or Genji could tell her. Yeah. So I would like add Shannon to this so 5 people know about this. And on and on about how so and so was a prick, so he taught them a lesson. Or how everyone was so scared of him that he got special treatment. He kept on talking about how a vile human was, as though it was a badge of honor. Normally I had nothing to do with this discreditable lieutenant. He would always hang around with his non-commissioned subordinates. So as long as I treated him with snappy salute, I could more or less ignore him for the time being. Now that the construction project on this island had been suspended indefinitely, there was no longer any use for an engineer like me. So why did Lieutenant ask for me specifically? At that moment, I couldn't think of anything. I think we'll do like extra episode, you know? I think like we're going to do short episode. But I will see. Oh, that's why! So Beatrice couldn't speak even Japanese. I see, okay. English and Chinese, okay. The lieutenant liked to brag about his education in front of the non-commissioned officers. But he held a bit of grudge against me for being even more highly educated than him. He also felt uncomfortable about having me as subordinate because he was younger than me. So I was definitely not the kind of person he would hit it off with. Just the fact that I knew several languages must have hurt his pride. Italian? Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
貴様外国人と英語で話した経験はあるのか？あります。
Oh, never would he need interpreter in a cave of an uninhabited island that even our superiors have forgotten. So Beato is Italian? He likes macaroni? And pizza? Pizzatrice? Pasta. It's Mario. I'm sorry, I'm going crazy with Italian. I'm sorry, I don't want to offend anyone, I'm just joking. His question made it clear that someone who would need an interpreter would be visiting Rokujima. Okay. That evening I found out exactly what he was talking about. Boreal. Oh shit! That's a cool soundtrack! That's new. Damn. This is submarine, so she came as the visitor. Probably, or maybe she's the like prisoner. We'll see in a second. Also, this is probably the other harbor that they meant on the other side of Rokkenjima. Right? Because the harbor that we know is in open field. So this is probably the harbor from like Ecuadorian side. That pointless cavern submarine dock that had never been used was now being approached slowly by the submarine of the Italian Navy. Oh, so she came to the visit actually here for some reason. Of course I knew that the Italians had been our allies. However, it was the first time I had seen anything from their military with my own eyes.
どうしてイタリア軍が
Good question.
1943年にイタリアは
Oh, and this is 44. Okay.
これはどういうことでしょう。
降伏したのはイタリア王国だ。だが、それを受け入れない者たちは
Oh.
親独政権 RSI を樹立させ、
Oh, okay.
戦争を続けたのだ。
Okay, I see.
RSI
イタリア社会共和国
Italian Social Republic. So that's why we have this, like, how it's called? Salvo Republic. So this is Italian, actually. Okay.
別名サロ共和国だ。
Okay.
詳しいな。何も知らぬ者は、イタリアは枢軸国の中で1943年にいち早く降伏した。
But they kept fighting from shadows, huh?
それは間違いだ。イタリア社会共和国軍は開戦から1945年4月29日まで勇敢に戦ったのだ。
ベルリン降伏はその3日後だ。腰抜けどころか大健闘だ。
Yeah, pretty much.
しかし RSI 海軍が日本まで航行できるような潜水艦を持っていたとは驚きだ。
そうでなくともはるばる日本までやってきたこと自体が驚きです。彼らはなぜ日本に六軒島に
This song has words. By the way, it might be terrible to deal with, but we'll see. The submarine was both weather-worn and massive. This dock had never been used by one of our own country's submarines. Doubt anyone here imagined that it would end up welcoming in one from a far-off nation. All of the guards of Rokkenjima, of which were only about 30, stood at attention at the submarine docked. Okay.
イタリア軍なんて初めて見たぜ。
Was she like a princess as well? Just like Kinzo's wife was a princess or something? Like the rich. I mean, Kinzo, like, Bato gave him gold. Like, obviously she's rich. Come on.
なんでも事故か食雷で航行不能になったんだと。換気装置がやられて塩素ガスが換気できなくなったって聞いたぞ。注意殿の話によると何か重要なものを運んでるって話だ。暗号変換器か新型エンジンなんかの設計図じゃないのか。俺は積み荷云々より上層部がまだここを覚えててくれたことの方が驚きだぜ。
後ろ宮、早く来い。貴様は通訳だろうが。
はい。
Okay. On top of the hatch was a young Italian saluting us. Normally, this should have been a job for a commissioner officer, but his clothes looked like one of the sailor. And it didn't really look like he had the dignity and composure of the ship's captain. That probably meant that all the commissioned officers in charge had died in the accident that had befallen this sub. Crew members crawled out of the hatch one by one. They all looked pale and entirely worn out. I mean, if you have like chlorine gas going inside, like packed can basically, then yeah. Like seriously, submarines are scary as fuck if you think about this. Like, this might be like the scariest freaking thing to be in, like when you are like in the ocean. Like, holy shit. This must be like the scariest thing ever. I don't know, you can let me know in the comments what you think about this, but I think like submarines are just like holy, like these are like cons of death. They're cool, but god damn it, I would be terrified to like swim in one. I wasn't sure how long ago the accident had happened, but being crammed together in a tiny sub filled with chlorine gas for any amount of time can be good for your health. Adding to the problem of the broken ventilation system was the fact that they couldn't afford to travel about carelessly on the surface of the weathers around Japan right now. They had essentially traveled there inside a can of poison gas, yep. Almost all of them were unable to walk without leaning on someone else. It took a bunch of people staggering out of the hospital boat.
艦長は誰か聞け。私がこの島の指揮官であることを説明せよ。
ようこそ日本へ。
Okay. I hope that we will have like Kinzo speaking English actually. But apparently not. Okay. I will accept this. But I had hopes.
英語がわかるもの。
The crew members seems to understand that I was speaking English, but looked as though one of them could speak it. Eventually, someone who seems to be dressed as the officer saluted.
ようこそ日本へ。艦長でありますか。
I can not speak English.
Okay, we have someone else speaking English. Okay, we can do that.
Please, wait.
Okay. The officer answered in slow, laborious English. After asking us to wait, he shouted something to his subordinates in rapid Italian. He looked as though he was telling them to get someone among them who could speak English.
後ろ宮、何と言っている。
待てと言っています。英語のわかる人間を呼んでいるのかもしれません。
Yep. And there's Beato, huh? At that moment I heard a high-pitched cough. It wasn't a man cough. It was woman's. Ballet. Okay, that's also new.
私、英語わかるわ。
Hi, Beato. Oh, wow, you really look like our Beato. Oh, wow. That's the laugh from the first sight. And this music. Damn, it's so good. Okay. You have short hair. And the massive booba. As every other Beatrice, so it inherited as well. As she came down from the hatch, a woman with beautiful golden hair has said this in English. In this filthy cavern, the appearance of one as beautiful as she was seems like an angel descending upon us.
ようこそ日本へ。
Oh my god, let's do this. Let's see it. Okay! So that's Beatrice Castellini, right? Okay.
艦長はいますか。
艦長は死んだわ。士官はあそこの彼だけよ。
お悔やみ申し上げます。何かお手伝いはできますか。
新鮮な空気と水が欲しいわ。まだ息のある人間もいる。休ませる場所が欲しいわ。
協力しましょう。他に英語のわかる人間はいますか。
いたけどみんな死んだわ。
Okay, well that's unfortunate. Everyone who speaks English died. Okay. Well, that leaves you a lot of opportunity to talk with each other.
後ろ宮、女は何を言っている。
Oh, shut up. I'm having the affair here now.
艦長は誰だ。さっきの男なのか。その女は何者なのか。早く通訳しろ。
The lieutenant wouldn't shut up. He must be surprised to see such a beautiful woman appear from the submarine. And more than a little annoyed to see all of her attention focused on me alone. Well, he's the only one who can speak English. It was a mark of how divinely beautiful she was. Yep, she is. I mean, Beata is really beautiful. We can like all agree on this, I think.
彼女だけが英語をわかるようです。彼女が彼らの通訳になります。艦長は死亡。代表者は 先ほどの士官のようです。
あのうるさくあなたに叫んでいる男は何者？まさかあなたの上司なの？
不幸なことに、私が美しいお嬢さんを独り占めしているのが
Yep.
気に入らないんでしょう。
あら、
Ah.
東洋人にお世辞をもらえるとは思わなかったわ。
Ah.
綺麗な英語ね。あなたは育ちが良さそうだわ。
That's so cool. I love it. Oh my god, this is amazing.
あの怒鳴ってるみっともない男とは大違い。
Okay, this is happy episode. I love it.
あなたがここの将校だったらよかったのに。
Please don't have tragic end.
おや、私も西洋人にお世辞をもらえるとは思いま
Nice, nice. Jump back.
あなたは面白い人だわ。名前は？
す。後宮金蔵です。よろしければお嬢さんの名前もぜひ。
ベアトリーチェ・カスティリオーニ。
Castiglioni. Castiglioni. That's definitely not how I would read this. Castiglioni. I don't know if I would remember that. I may still call her Castellini. If I call her still Castellini, I'm sorry, but you will have to deal with this probably. Castiglioni. Wait, we have Leon here. Look, Castiglioni, Leon. Might be coincidence. I don't know. I just saw it.
ようこそベアトリーチェ日本へ。
Welcome to Rokkenjima. Hell yeah. That was when I first met Beatrice, the woman who would capture my heart for the rest of my life.
ベアトリーチェとはイタリア人だ。
Yeah, looks like it.
そうだ、彼女は RSI 交換の
Uh-huh, okay.
どうやら彼女の父親こそが一番の
Oh.
つもりだったらしい。残念ながらロッケン島にたどり着い
Aww.
た
Okay.
死んでいた。
So she lost her father during the trip. Well, that sucks. And she was still like actually cheerful when she went outside of this like can. So wow. She either plays very well of being happy face, or she can like get out of like grief really fast.
その交換がなぜ日本に？スエズ運河からインド洋を越えてはるばる日本まで来たというのか。
確かに同盟国としてはドイツの方がはるかに近いはず。なぜわざわざ日本までやってきたのでしょう。
途方もない規模の遠大な作戦か何かだったのかもしれない。
Worthy of Kinzo. Kinzo's crazy as well.
その全容はわからぬが、その潜水艦がただならぬ任務を帯びていたらしいことは後に理解することとなる。
Wait, do we have like characters? Do we have her here? No, we have just Beato. Our Beato. Okay. Whoa, that's a lot of machinery. Oh, this is the inside of the submarine. Okay. They said that there had been about 60 of them at the time of the departure. However, only about 10 of them, including Beatrice, has survived. Ooh, that's a lot of tool. Oh my god, and another thing I thought about right now, about like, I said like, submarines must be like the scariest thing ever on like ocean. Now imagine that you are in the submarine and you are like living and swimming with like 50 bodies that are like slowly decomposed, and you cannot go out like leave to like the surface and anything. Holy shit. The submarine apparently hit a mine or something in the nearby waters and sustained a great deal of damage. They told us that it flooded rapidly with water, which had taken out the batteries and released a large amount of chlorine gas. The sub had been completely incapable of continuing further. Nothing but the massive lump of metal floating in the dock. Also, I think like we have like all the characters in Umineko now, right? Because I don't think we are missing anyone. I mean, Leon came out from like out of nowhere, but still. He's like game piece of like burn and doesn't make really much sense right now. But I think like we should have every character at this point in the game, right? Like we have like backstory for Kinzo and we see the Beatrice Castellini, so that should be all. We are not missing anyone. We had Enge. We don't have like unnamed servants that are like taking shifts on Rokkenjima, but I don't think we'll ever see them. Yeah. Maybe we can see them actually, because if we are going to throw like very thoroughly with the backstory, then we may have like early days of Rokkenjima when we had like early servants or something. Might be. Anyway. I think we have full cast of the characters now. Finally! Don't add any more. We have all the witches already. Since the sub seems to be carrying something of immense value, the higher-ups ordered us to investigate. After questioning the Italians, with Beatrice and me acting as the double interpreters, we concluded that this thing of immense value must have been her father himself. Apparently Beatrice's father was extremely high up rank in the RSI hierarchy, and it was thought that he might have worked alongside the Italian Prime Minister himself. Their massive voyage had apparently been a part of some top-secret mission. Now that the man himself and all of the commissioned officers had died, the reason for coming to Japan remained a mystery. And since the higher-ups were telling us to investigate, that means that even they didn't know what this was. Their ship had broken down, their mission was unknown, and the high official they had been carrying was dead. Even the Japanese government didn't know why they were here. The Italians' great and privileged voyage had come to the meaningless and utterly fruitless end. Okay, this is the scenery. I really like Beato in casual clothes like that. I don't know, like this actually fits her. Yeah, she's like a princess in this like dress of Beatrice works for her perfectly. But look at that! It's just perfect. I don't know. It's just like casual Beato is amazing. The scarf is amazing. Wait, I wonder if we... Oh, I just thought about this. I should research that. I wonder if somewhere in the game we have this scarf. Maybe Kinzo have this like somewhere on himself. Maybe when we get old Kinzo sprite, I need to check if like he have like the scarf anywhere on his body. I wonder if like he have like memento of her somewhere.
日本の潮風はてっきり醤油の匂いがすると思ってたわ。
お互い様です。イタリア人の髪はパスタでできてるって思ってました。
あら、そうよ。アルデンテに仕上げるには茹で加減が難しいの。なら日本人はみんなスパゲティネーロだわ。
I have no idea what are you talking about. What's the al nero? I know what al dente is, but what's al nero?
よくご存知で。日本人はシャンプーの代わりにイカスミを使います。
Wait, really? Is that a thing? Or are you joking now?
金蔵はすごいわ。何でも知っているのね。イタリアに来たことがあるの？
ありません。しかし 本はいろいろと読みました。
Okay.
東洋人がイタリアの本を。へえ、例えばどんな？
ニッコロ・マキャベッリ、ダンテ・アリギエーリも。
Okay.
だからあなたが永遠の淑女であることも存じていますよ。
You are eternal lady. What do you mean eternal lady? Also, this is funny because eternal lady, eternal witch, Beato, endless witch. What a coincidence!
おお、なんてこと。
I don't know like these guys from these books, by the way. I have no idea who the hell these are. And why he called her eternal lady because of them. No idea.
金蔵はとんでもない勉強家だわ。
That makes no sense to me.
あなたはひょっとして日本では高貴な家の出身なのでは？
You are actually on spot. And it's not the happiest of the memories.
さあ、
あなたは他の野蛮そうな日本人とはまるで違うわ。私にはわかるの。あなたはきっと高貴な家の人間だわ。後ろ宮家は日本の貴族の家柄なの？
とんでもない。紡績で一山当てただけのただの成金の一族です。私が勉強していたのは高貴なる者としてのたしなみではなく、何をすることも許されなかったら本を読むかバラをいじるか酒に溺れるかしかやることがなかったからですよ。
Playground roses too, huh? Beatrice hadn't asked that question out of malice. It's just a been curious question asked to a friend from the faraway country. However, Beatrice was from a noble family herself, so she could tell. She could see the faint gloomy look in Kinzo's face.
許して金蔵。
Aww.
あなたのような高貴な人がどうしてこんなおかしなところで兵卒の身分に甘んじているのか深く考えなかったわ。
私の一族などどうでもいいことです。死ねば後ろ宮などという姓は何の意味も。
Wow. Basically, he's confessing now that he wants to die.
そしてそれこそがようやく
Yep.
私を解き放ってくれるのです。
金蔵は死にたくて軍隊に？そんなのダメ。家族が悲しむわ。
Not really.
家族など私には
Yeah.
誰も。
Kinzo is the only one. I have a wife for the sake of public appearance and children. However, I've never wanted any of them. Everything is a fleeting daydream created by the selfish, greedy old man. So at least being stuck on this island, I can forget about all of that and find some peace. Peace? I haven't spent each and every day complaining that I wasn't sent to the front, and I haven't managed to die yet?
私にあなたの苦しみはわからないけれど、私の心ない言葉が傷つけてしまったことはわかるわ。許して金蔵。
This Beatrice is like totally different from our Beato and from Chick Beato. Like, this is like a third kind of personality. Like, this Beatrice is amazing. I don't know which Beato I like most, to be honest. Maybe this one actually. She's caring, interested in the world, funny, beautiful. Maybe I like this one the most. Forgive me, Kinzo. Oh, those words. I think they set me free. All of the Japanese people call me Ushiromiya. Every time I hear it, it's a constant reminder that I'm the property of the Ushiromiya family. But she's different. She calls me Kinzo. Not Ushiromiya. Oh, why I feel sad. Oh my god. Don't do this to me. I just thought about this, like, how being called Kinzo is such a big deal for him at this point. It made me, like, extremely sad. Oh my god. So maybe, just for the time, I chat with her like this. I can forget that cursed family.
金蔵。
I hadn't meant to make Beatrice feel guilty. But she seems certain that her thoughtless words had hurt me.
ありがとう。
Yeah.
あなたが私を金蔵と呼んでくれるから、私はやっと自分を取り戻すことができる。私はようやく本当の意味で私を見てくれる人に出会えた。
金蔵、あなたはとても遠い異国で出会った外国人だけれど、あなたの心はとても繊細で美しい。私たちはきっと近所に住んでいたならとても当たり前な友人になっていたわ。私も嬉しいのよ。あなたは私のことをベアトリーチェと呼ぶ。カスティリオーニのご令嬢とは呼ばないわ。
Wow. Wow, they're so... Oh my god, they're so similar. I love it. Ah. We're both in the same position. Her Castellini family must have been in rigid place as well. Though we came from different countries, we had finally found something we could truly understand about each other.
金蔵は親しい者にはなんて名前で？
Did the goldsmith existed back in the day?
いえ、普通に金蔵と呼ばれて
Oh, okay.
じゃあ、あなたは私をベアトリーチェと呼ぶのを改める。
Wait, what? Why? Wait, what the f... What?
親しい人間は私のことをビーチェと呼んでいた。
Beach. Okay. That's new. That's new. Okay, Beach.
あなたもそうしてくれると嬉しいわ。
わかりました。これからは親しみを込めてビーチェとお呼びを。
Okay.
ダメダメ。堅苦しい言葉はダメ。だって私たちはもう友人なのだから。
This is amazing. Oh my god, this is so amazing. I'm melting. Bright smile stretched across Beatrice's face.
あの美少があれから何十年を経ようとも。
Scarf research. I mean, he have a red shirt. And maybe that might be the part of the scarf? Or something? He have a red shirt, so maybe... I like the idea of him having the memento of his first love, his first true love of Bice. So I want to go with that. This is his memento of her. We just don't see it fully. It seems like a shirt, but it might be just a shirt and he just like wear the scarf here under it. It might be this. No matter how many decades pass.
我が記憶より薄れることはない。
おじい様はベアトリーチェと出会うことで自分を取り戻されたのですね。
平たく言や浮気だな。
Will always getting to the point. He's not wrong though.
ウィルさんは今後も出現を繰り返されるならお尻をかばわれる癖を
Oh my god. Okay. After having his butt pinched once more, Will hopped around in a pathetic agony. Oh my god.
おじい様にとってロッケン島は
So, by the way, on Discord, how's episode 7 in art style of the manga? Because we know that episode 6 art style was kind of awful. We remember that. That was kind of horrible from time to time. How is episode 7? I wonder if we have like this scene of Will jumping around in agony in the manga as well.
ベアトリーチェと初めて出会われた特別な場所だったのですね。
That's why he bought it.
私がこの島に来ることがなければ出会うこと
Island of Miracles.
奇跡の島なの。
その潜水艦基地の名残とやらは今も残っているのか？
クアドリアンの近くに今も残っている。
Yep. That's what I said. This is probably the harbor.
外界からは見えぬ入り江の影だ。不吉がって漁師たちも近寄らなかった島だ。私以外に知る者はもはやいるまい。
Oh, besides me, okay, so not even like... That's a lie, Kinzo, that's like awfully lie. Obviously like, we have that like, the guy who transported Enje to that island, I forgot his name. He said he was like giving like transportation of like clothes and everything through this like other harbor and like some other people as well. So that's a lie. People know about this place.
クワドリアンと屋敷を結ぶ2キロにも及ぶ地下道はその基地の名残なのか。
そうだ。鍾乳洞を改造した広大な地下壕で地下を網羅し、島内各地を要塞化する。私はその地下道を生かし、島の両端に2つの屋敷を作らせたのだ。
Yep, makes perfect sense.
2つの屋敷、2つの家族、後宮家の屋敷と、後宮家から解放された金蔵の屋敷だったのですね。
Released from shackles, just like battle, huh?
そうだ。私には必要だったのだ。後宮という呪われた生から逃れる。もう
しかし同情するよ。はるばる日本までやってきて任務を成し遂げられなかったとは。
パパの任務が何だったかよくわからないわ。
And you don't really seem to care about his death that much. Looks like it.
どこか遠くへ逃げ、大切な日までそれを隠さなければならないと言っていた。
I mean, I guess she probably like mourned about him like during the trip, because who knows how long he's been dead now. And yeah, they're adults. They will go pretty quickly over this, I think. So yeah, it's not like it's not like, yeah, Umineko. I like that Umineko actually is like not like stereotypical like anime stuff. Like it's not like you're going to mourn now like for like days because someone died, or like months. It's like actually maybe a few days, and then you're like still feeling bad and stuff, but you could just go along with this because, well, that's life. Some take it harder, some take it lighter. It's never easy, but it's part of the cycle. Well, special case Kinzo, mourning for freaking years and having another kids along the way. Yeah, he's kinda fucked up.
それとは。
わからないわ。それはとても大切なもので、
Okay.
大切な日まで何年も隠しているつもりだったみたい。
Huh.
いえ、それと一緒に隠れているつもりだったみたい。私に異国の地で長い時間を過ごすことになるかもしれないと謝っていたから。
アンジェロ少尉は積み荷は特になく、君の父上が輸送すべき要人だったと言っていたが。
So he knew probably
少
something.
尉はあなたたちを信用してないわ。
Okay, my theory. Father actually had the gold that we know from Rokkenjima, and he was very important because he knew where the gold is hidden. And that's why he wanted to, where is it? Plan to remain hidden along with it. To run far away, to hide it until... Yeah, anyway, I think like he knew about the gold, or they're going to find the gold. And this gold technically belongs to Beato, because it belonged to her father, so it's basically hers now. In this situation in particular.
私でさえ知っていることを いくつも隠してる。ひょっとすると少尉はパパの目的と積み荷を知っているのかも。
それが何だったにせよ、それはイタリア軍の任務さ。俺らには関係ないね。むしろ同盟国なんだ。頼ってくれればいいのに。
金蔵が良い人であることは疑わないわ。少尉にもあなたは信頼できる人間だと伝えてるんだけれど、どうして男というのは異教ではむやみやたらと厳格になるの？普段はみんなもっと陽気な人たちばかりなのに、ここへ来てからみんな妙に空気が張り詰めているわ。少尉は部下たち全員に常時銃を手放さないように命じてる。まるでここが敵地かのようだわ。
Huh. Weird. That was true. The Italians were clearly the very opposite of relaxed. The Japanese soldiers watching this began to suspect that the Italians didn't really trust them at all.
軍人ならおかしいことじゃないさ。
Is it?
むしろこういう時こそ規律を引き締めて友軍に恥ずかしいところを見せたくないんじゃないか。
Maybe.
就寝時には必ず根津板を立てるし、もう航行できないスクラップ同然の潜水艦に今もあなたたちを近づけないように。私はなんだか日本人を露骨に毛嫌いしているように見えて気持ちが悪い。
True, they had set up constantly sentry by the submarine and they refused to let any of the Japanese soldiers come near. This hadn't made the Japanese particularly happy. However, submarines are treated as classified in all countries. Maybe it was just natural for them to stop foreigners from approaching it without reason.
慣れない生活を強いられてみんな気が立ってるんだろう。天候と女将の都合で君たちを本土へ運ぶ船の派遣がまた遅れてる。君たちをいつ本土へ送ってあげられるやら。
We had been told that the boat was being sent for them directly from the mainland, but apparently, thanks to the weather problems up the command chain and the recent air raids, there were no ships to spare for the forgotten island like this. There might have been some sort of diplomatic program. After all, the homeland had already surrendered to the allies. I didn't know how to know details. The only thing I knew for sure was that they would be stuck on Rokkenjima for the whole 2 weeks and no one had to get there. Of course, we had some small boats on Rokkenjima. There was nothing physically stopping us from taking them to the nearby island. Still, Rokkenjima was technically a top secret base, and contact with the outside world had been strictly forbidden. Yeah, so we cannot really do that. If you don't want
仕方
to...
がないし、それも悪くないわ。
If you don't want to, like, betray your nation or something.
だって船が来てしまったら金蔵とはもう会えなくなってしまうんでしょ。
What if Beato never died? I just thought about this. What if Beato never died actually, and she left him as leaving to her country? And then she maybe died there or something? And she was never able to come back? Because we had only speculation, right? That I heard that she died before the mansion was built in 52. Stuff like that. And Kinzo always said, "Why did you left me?" So maybe she never died actually. But on the other hand, he said, "In my arms." So maybe she died. Okay, I was just afraid. Sorry, that was just me like being random. To me, these 2 weeks were the first I'd truly lived. The faint 20 years before all seems to vanish in the sparkle of those 2 weeks. I realized that she would have lived this place eventually. And yet, this one moment felt so rich and dazzling that I felt myself wishing it could last forever. Then I heard a voice calling batteries in Italian.
アンジェロ少尉だよ。君に用事みたいだ。
またお小言かしら。日本人とあまり親しくするなと 最近うるさいのよ。
The ensign approached, saluting Kinzo, and after glancing at Beatrice, as though asking her to translate something, he began to speak in Italian. Judging by his tone, it sounded like it's like something serious.
少尉はとても重要な話があるからあなたたちの指揮官に合わせてほしいと言ってるわ。
Okay.
協力を求めたいと言っている。何のことかわからないわ。
重要な話。わかった。山本注意を探そう。
Huh. What might have happened? They're literally trapped here, like, what happened? They're planning something. Ensign Angelo had two of his subordinates with him and wore the stern expression on his face. They didn't have to say anything for us to realize that this must be something very serious. Huh. Oh, Boreal again.
いいぞ上げろ
The winch creaked and the thick chains rang out with a dull clank. Very, very slowly, it was lifted up, out of the submarine cargo hold. Oh, they found the gold in the submarine, I guess. So it was actually inside. How the hell did you not found this before? What the fuck?
なるほど。イタリア人どもが我々を潜水艦に近づけたがらないわけだ。
The lieutenant and the others looked up at what the winch was slowly lifting up. Okay, so Japanese actually found it. Okay. So Italians knew what was the cargo, actually. Okay. But the part about gold was right. Unless it's not the gold and I'm still, like, making fool of myself right now. And Umineko proved multiple times that I like to speak for 5 minutes and the next sentence is just like destroying my whole thought process. So yeah, great. All of them were incompetent forces smiles.
なんてこと。これがパパの運んでいた積み荷だというの。
すごい。こんなの生まれて初めて見た。
Okay. Hell yeah, it's gold! Hell yeah! Cargo of the gold! It was the mountain of gold ingots. Those carefully peeled bars were being slowly lifted up out of the cargo hold, one group after another. This gold had been their true cargo. I don't know where they were planning to take it. They might have been trying to sneak it into Japan or one of their allies, or they might have been on their way to hide it in some remote area. Was it some sort of strategy? A conspiracy? Embezzlement? Top secret transportation of wealth? The incomprehensible amount of gold led to all sorts of dark suspicions, but we didn't know anything about the truth. All told, the gold weighed an incredible 10 tons. That was the only truth we could wrap our minds around at the moment. They had strongly resisted showing this to us. However, the submarine could no longer make sea, and was apparently continuing to take the water bit by bit. Yeah, so they had to like make it lighter. Okay, I see. Rokujima had been outfitted in extremely slipshod way, so we had no means of repairing it. Also, while we could unload the sub, there was no way we could lift it up again once it had filled with water and sunk to the bottom. It was clear that unless action was taken, the gold would soon become completely impossible to transport. So they had made a decision to unload it. Of course, they made no effort to explain the reason for all the gold. They just asked us to help them to take it out.
なぜこんな大量の黄金を国外へ。これであればイタリアの戦局を変えられたかもしれない。
He really looks like Butler in this. Like, this face is like this like sweat drop. It's literally Butler.
戦局を変えるのは武器よ。でも戦後は何の役にも立たないわ。
Yeah, you need money to rebuild.
確かにお金も戦局を変えはするでしょうよ。でも戦後にもその価値は変わらないわ。
There was no longer any way to change the course of this war. The Axis powers would probably all surrender, leading to an Allied victory. Anyone could tell this simply by looking at the American planes flying across the sky day after day. However, gold would still be valuable after the war was over. Everyone stared upwards, dumbfounded, as the winch slowly lifted the duly sparkling gold. Okay. Okay, so we got to the part of probably something horrible that's going to happen. The witch who came from the sea. Oh,
注意
that's an interesting chapter for the next episode. We are going to have the early witch. So yeah, I have a feeling like there's going to be like a power struggle between Italians and Japanese right now, because you know that's a shit tons of gold, and I have a feeling like they would like to have some or steal or something. I mean, they don't have like really use for it unless like a remote island that's like deserted by everyone and everything. It's godforsaken Drokenjima, but well, people are greedy, so they can think about like, hey, we got wealth and we can just now have our lives after war much better. So yeah, so I think that would what will happen. Like they will probably start fighting with Italians. I expect. Okay, I would say that Beata will be taken as the hostage or something. I think that's possible because she's the daughter of this like high rank military guy, and he was the one who like was transporting this. So maybe they will just like basically take hostage of Beato and want to trade her for the gold. That's my prediction for the next episode. Is it true? Is it not? We'll see in the next episode. So thank you everyone for watching this episode. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for all your support. Appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you once again, and for the Pocket Watch, it's going out.